G.I. Joe toy review, and the votes are in and they have been tallied, and Mace is the winner. Uh, I really don't blame you guys. Great looking figure, and we'll see more of that as we go into the review. Colonel Courage had a few requests, and I will grant those. I promise you that. Also, there was a request for the Snake Eyes movie Baroness, so I will be reviewing her too. Um, but we are in the month of September, so we are looking at 90s figures for the theme 90s on 9. So here we go with the review. So pulling up yojo.com, great website. 3D Joe's is also another fantastic reference. Okay, so Mace was released in 1993 as a part of Series 12. Uh, he was discontinued in 1994. As we know, in the 90s, everything just got a 1 year run. So he was a part of the Battle Corps figure line. They were numbered 1 through 36 with this one in Series 12. He is number 29. Mace was intended to be a part of the assortment of the DEF figures, or the Drug Elimination Force. So hence the name Mace. You know, it's like the spray, the chemical restraint that you use on people. However, Hasbro declined to release the DEF toys in 1993, instead repackage them as Battle Corps. I have a funny story about Mace. Some of you may know, I worked as a security officer for a time, and I carried my Mace right behind me here. That ended up being a mistake one night, because I got into the car. I was working armed, and I was wearing a vest. So when I got into the car, the bottom part of my vest hit the button on my can of Mace. You see where I'm going here? It sprayed onto my skin right underneath the vest. I had about that much room, maybe an inch to an inch and a half of room underneath the vest where I had exposed skin. Yeah, it was hot. It was a hot night. The vest makes you sweat anyway. I remember in the wintertime, I would pull it out and I would just feel the heat waves. Even in the summer, I would pull the top part out and just feel the heat come up around my neck. But in the winter, you could see steam rising up, which was kind of a cool effect. But that Mace sprayed onto my skin, so I was sweating, my pores were open, and I had 12 hours to drive around with that. I tried washing it off with standard soap and water. That didn't work. There are special wipes out there, an antidote wipe, but those were pretty expensive at the time. I didn't have any, but so I drove around with that. And when I got home, I had about a silver dollar size red mark on my skin from that. That made for a very miserable 12-hour shift. So after that, I started turning the can upside down and putting it inside the holster. It was a round holster. It was leather, and the can just fit in there. It wasn't one of those nylon, what you see on tactical vests, that type of nylon where it had a cover that you could put over it. So that is my experience with getting myself sprayed with Mace. Now, I have sprayed other people with it and one dog, because he was attacking me, and he backed up pretty quick. but I wasn't bit at all because I was swinging my flashlight at him. Somebody had turned their dog loose on me because I had written them a parking violation as they had parked in a handicap zone. And the apartment complex that it was on my patrol route that we were guarding asked us to start citing people for that. So I put a parking violation on their car, and it was, if I would have called the police, it would have been $250 fine and possibly their car towed. So I put a violation on there, and the apartment complex fined them $50. Well, they sent their dog after me, and the following night, all four tires on my car were on the patrol car were slashed. It was a company car, so I had a tow company come and tow the car away. Fortunately, that was at the end of my shift, so yeah. So when we patrolled that particular place, we'd have to drive through, get out as well, and walk around on foot for a certain period of time. So after that, I started parking it off property so it wouldn't be vandalized. But my experience with Mace, not with the action figure, I don't have any childhood memories of this guy, unfortunately. You know, he was 1993. It was the year that I graduated from high school, so I had far more important things on my mind. So getting into it further, there are no other versions of Mace, not even for the Collectors Club. No modern versions, of course, because that was the Collectors Club was also put out modern figures. Yeah, and let's see. The original retail price, yojo.com does not have it listed, but the original retail price was around $2.39 for this figure. So with all of that being said, as you can see, I have my set almost complete. There are a few touches I have left to make. I have my skeleton sitting up here. This guy, he's going to go outside. This is actually a medical skeleton, a teaching skeleton. It is anatomically correct with every single bone in the human body. Got him for a song and a dance on Amazon. So if you ever want one of these for decoration, they're not all that expensive. He is pretty heavy. He weighs about 35-40 pounds. I'm not sure if that's the actual weight of human bones. I'm sure they're a little bit lighter. I've never picked up a real skeleton. Quick story. We actually did have a real skeleton. These are used for teaching in medical schools and, basic, medical school, but also schools that teach the medical sciences, biology, so forth. My ninth grade biology class actually had one of these that was real. Yes, I kid you not. Those things are worth a fortune these days. It was real. It had some loose teeth, and we would go and pull them out, and put them. You look into the socket and put the tooth back in. You could see the suture lines in the skull. I was just in love with that. I've been fascinated with skeletons pretty much my whole life. Actually, the scene from Jason and the Argonauts when he fought the skeletons, if you ever saw that movie, I had a nightmare about that when I was 6. But skeletons to me are very fascinating. So anyway, we're not talking anatomy, we're talking G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe. That's right. He'll be showing up next month in Friday Night Frights. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this review. All right, so if you could remember from last week, I reviewed Keelhaul version 2, and I had mentioned that there was a version with the smaller logo on the back. Let me try to turn a light on here so we could see what's going on. Hold on one second. Okay, the logo right here on his back, if you could see that, I have a version of the small logo. I did not know that. When I had bought him, he was incomplete. So I just put him in a bag and tucked him away for safekeeping. And I didn't know what size logo was on the version that I had opened. So yes, I have the variant. I am pretty excited about that. So anyway, if any of you are sensitive about opening up vintage toys, you can feel free to fast forward this part. But to me, toys are made to be played with, and I am not a seller all the time. I do sell occasionally to friends and whatnot, occasionally on eBay, but I'm cutting this bad boy open. Yes, using a scalpel. I don't like this particular type of shape of blade. This is what I think is a number 10 blade for you in the medical field. I like the thin, less, what word I'm groping, you know, how this is wider. I like the thinner blades. It's just easier to do this stuff with. Okay, that came off nice and clean. So if you could see that, there's some yellow paint smear on there from the figure, and we will safely, so you can see the number 10 on there, safely tuck that away. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and look at Mace first before we get into his accessories. No, you know what? Let's do the file card, or the card back first. Let's just look at the card back. The card art is always entertaining. Absolutely. I would stare at this stuff, I'm sure as other kids did, for hours and hours on end. You could see the instructions on how to put things together. Here on the back, we have the figures that were available at the time. We have Law and Mace, another version of Muskrat and Long Arm. I reviewed him a long time ago. Last year in October, I did Gristle. Let's look at all those figures. Great looking figures. Then, of course, we have the Mega Marines and Star Brigade armor tech figures. He was worth 1 flag point. So let's read his file card. Codename Mace, undercover operative. File name Bowman Thomas S, serial number 463NH739D, primary military specialty, undercover surveillance, secondary military specialty, intelligence. Birthplace, Denver, Colorado. He is an E8. So he is quite high up there. He's up there around the ranks of Duke, if I remember right. I always have the last laugh on Cobra criminals right after I lock them up. See, that was his file, intended for the file card for DEF. So this guy is a cop. I think his name was later reused in the Cops action figure series. Middle paragraph. After years of undercover work, gaining the trust of high-level criminals, Mace has managed to infiltrate some of the largest crime syndicates in the world while concealing his true identity. He leaks valuable information to his Battle Corps partners who use the information to raid crime warehouses and bust unsuspecting Cobra villains. Every day, Mace says undercover, his life is in jeopardy, of course. But to him, no risk is too great to continue the war against crime and to protect the innocent. From the Colorado Rockies to the shores of Tripoli. Okay, there we go. A little bit from the Marine Corps hymn. Mace is always ready to fight for what's right. You know, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. That is from the Marine Corps hymn. And thank you, U.S. Marines, for your continued diligence in protecting this country and those who are in need of your services. Okay, and right here it has his what's going on here, what numbers are what on his uniform. Number 1, but bullet protecting helmet, automatic street sweep assault rifle, that's right here. Rapid fire steel plated short rifle, probably right there. Yeah, that is the short rifle. And the XJT baseball grenades, of course. What's G.I. Joe without stacking grenades on an action figure? Standard U.S. issue 9mm pistol, number 5, right here up on his coat. 45 caliber pistol with chest holster. I guess that's right there. My apologies. The 9mm comes separately. Special issue embossed jacket, microphone with harness communicator. I think that is attached to his shoulder right here. And missile firing stealth gun with built-in silencer right there. Now I have a problem with that stealth gun, and we will be taking a look at that when we look at the figure. So let's go ahead and get ready to trim the accessories off, but let's look at Mace first. I love the colors on this guy. Just look at that. Nice black jacket, tan pants. He is not the bright colors that we had in the 90s. This guy is very subdued and pretty popular amongst collectors, and obviously with you guys, because you voted for him. He has these black gloves on both arms, and the arms do rotate around. The lower part of his arms, at least on mine, appear to be in a more of a matte finish than the rest of his arms and body. Down here on his waist, there's a continuation of his coat, which goes around. His pants are pretty plain on the back. There's a couple of grenades there, probably flashbangs on his leg, a bellows pocket, and of course his holster and walkie-talkie, and the shoulder harness goes around his back. His jacket, of course, is unzipped, and he has a yellow shirt underneath there. I love the different colors on this. The yellow breaks up the black, of course, and makes it look a lot better. It really pops. It comes out and it just says hello. Now Mace, ironically, has the same hairdo and hair color as Duke version 1. Looks like he might have a little bit of a ponytail or a little bun back there. Oval, square jaw, an oval face, square jaw. They took the time to paint his eyes and eyebrows. That is very nice. Good applications. A little grin on his face, a little lopsided grin. There we go. So Mace is a pretty happy guy. So let's go ahead and liberate these off of the weapons tree. Clip off his stand here. Put them on it. Yeah, it's your typical G.I. Joe figure stand on the bottom. This has a 1992 trademark. So leave him on there. Take off the knife. This looks like it was Hit and Run's knife. We'll look at the accessories closer as I trim them off, and what are the 90s without missiles. If you're just tuning in, thank you very much and welcome to the channel. Please subscribe if you so choose to. That will really help me out. When I reach subscriber goals, I do hold giveaways, so keep that in mind. The type of scissors I'm using are not made for sprues. If you guys haven't been watching, these are actually used to remove sutures. And I will show you real quick. Okay, weapons tree goes in the trash. Sometimes I'm tempted to keep those, but I don't. Okay, if you can see right here, this little hook, and up here, that's the sharpest part. The bottom part of the scissors are not edged. So you hook underneath the suture and snip it. These are made to be disposable, but I keep them just for this reason. Okay, so looking at his accessories, reused from other figures by this time, cut down on cost. This very cool looking scoped rifle. I will, call that his long range, maybe a sniper rifle. Of course, this is the street sweeping rifle. This was used with Shipwreck version 2 originally, came with Hit and Run, and came with a bunch of other figures. I think this is a AR-15, if I'm right, with a collapsible stock. This is nice. It looks kind of like Tomac's and Zaymot's gun, but it is not. It's not a reuse of it. Got a little hang there, little hanger. This is a scoped, what they call on there a mini rifle. I guess you could put a stock on it, but they did add some diamond print to the hand grip, and nice little cooler for the barrel, and that one's scoped as well. His knife serrated on the back. This came with Hit and Run. Of course, this serrated big knife was made popular by Rambo, so thank you, Sylvester Stallone, for that. His helmet is pretty cool. It has one eye that's open. This one is for his targeting system, I'm pretty sure. Kind of futuristic looking. Has a scallop pattern to it. But his missile launcher, if you could see here, let's test this out. Here on the front of the missile launcher, you can see how the missile fits in. Bevel, this little notch side goes up. That locks in, and that one has a very good spring to it. But you could see here on the bottom, if that's coming through, yes, there we go. It has that groove. It fits right onto his helmet. I don't quite know what to think of that. I don't want to pay his chiropractic bill. Hoping this is lightweight, but the recoil of the missile taking off would certainly jerk his body back, and the backblast from the missile will burn him. But you're a child, supposed to be, and use your imagination. And to a kid, that is pretty darn cool. And looking at it like that, yeah, I think that's pretty awesome too. Great looking figure. Thank you guys very much for choosing him. This is an excellent selection. Alrighty, so we all experienced that together for the first time. I didn't read the file card prior to this. I usually don't for the review, so I could be surprised as well about some of the things on the file cards. So this is the first time with us looking together at this figure. I want to share that experience with you guys, so Thank you very much for choosing him. And for those of you who selected Colonel Courage, he is coming up. So hold tight for that. And the review for the movie Baroness, yes, we're definitely going to look at her. I watched Snake Eyes. You could stream it. I had bought it on YouTube Movies, so I could enjoy it over and over again. And yes, that is a fantastic movie. I know there are the folks out there who want to be true to life to the comics, uh, and I don't blame you. I like the storyline with Snake Eyes and Scarlet in the comics, but this is a director's interpretation, and it kind of, well, I shouldn't say kind of, it gives you a different outlook, different scenarios of what Snake Eyes origin is. I mean, he was in the comics, he was a soldier. He served with Stalker and with Tommy Arashikage, and that's how he and Tommy, um, got together, and that's how he became a ninja, and he joined the Joe team. I'm not going to give away too much about the movie, but it gives you a different perspective about Snake Eyes. And it has a very good story back to it. It has the hard master, the soft master. Um, Baroness and Scarlet just had a cameo in there. They're just in there for a short time. That's all I'll reveal about that, but it was a pretty important role in why they were there. So watch the movie. I do suggest it, and keep an open mind. I kept an open mind, and I really like that. Okay, so let's type this into eBay. So, for those of you just joining me, this is my segment, which I call Byron's Gripes. Uh, I use eBay just for a reference. I don't use it to pick on eBay or the sellers. That's not what I'm about. I am not a bully. All right, I despise bullying. I do this just for entertainment and also to kind of educate you guys on prices, what to expect. There are very many good websites out there that sell GI Joe. Um, but I just use this one just for a quick and easy reference. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Um, Mace by himself, no accessories, bare bones, $10. Not bad at all. Deal of the day. Here is one complete and loose, $19.99. Deal of the day again. I seldom quote auction prices because they are fluid, unless it was like really pertinent. The price on it is just stupid crazy, right? I just sound like a millennial. I'm sorry. It just the price is just out there. Here's one complete with a file card, $32.99. That's on the cusp of I don't think so. But I would buy them for the file card depending on what I need. Oh, here's another one complete, $21.99, free shipping. I love the sound of free. That is deal of the day. Here's another one complete, $18.95 or $18.99, deal of the day. Wow, we're getting a lot of deals of the day here. Here's one with just his missile launcher. Oh, figure with bonus. When they say bonus, sometimes they're just throwing in something they don't want. Yeah, and the bonus here looks like a backpack to Charbroil. And that has an or better offer, so I'd do the or better offer. Here's one with his helmet and two guns, 1979. Not really. That's okay, I wouldn't put him with deal of the day. Another one complete, $19 or better offer. Mace's waist piece. It could be their lighting, but yeah, that's the correct one. But this one looks white, so it's bad lighting. His gun, $2.75. That's the short machine gun, like the AR-15, I think. Here's the sniper rifle and helmet, $4.99. Okay, here's a whopper for you. Figure by himself, bare bones, no accessories, $30 or better offer. So this seller's throwing something at the wall and seeing how well it'll stick. Okay. Oh, deal of the day. Bingo, bango, bongo, right here. Carded, $49. Yes, certainly, deal of the day. I did not pay $49 for this one. I bought it in a lot with a bunch of figures from the 90s, which I've been opening. All that in a lot for a very good price. $1.99 for the sniper rifle, for the shorter pistol-like rifle, pistol rifle, whatever they called it on his file card, and the AR-15, $4.44. Sniper rifle, $1.75. Mace with the submachine gun and the sniper rifle and his rocket launcher and helmet. Just said everything but the rocket launcher and knife, $19.95. The missiles, two of them, $2.99. And that's cool. I mean, you could get more and more missiles for these, and that way you could just have a surplus for these to fire and really jack up his neck for him. You know, I'm still recovering from whiplash. I was in a car accident 2 months ago. So I'm still dealing with the effects of that. Pulling out of a driveway right at the same time when somebody was changing lanes, and it ripped off my car bumper. With that impact, the car slid this way, so naturally my body went that way, smacked my head on the door frame. But I'm okay, just whiplash. 1 day handling on this. Okay, 100% complete, 1976, deal of the day. Sniper rifle, $175, missile, $1.50. Deal of the day here, missile, 99 cents. I have not seen that in a while. Mace by himself, $12.50. Get a bunch of these guys. Come on, slap another head on them and build your own force of these dudes in the same outfit. You know, make a little unit wearing the same uniform. $1.99 for the sniper rifle, $14.99 or better offer for an incomplete bare bones guy. Okay, deal of the day. Missile launcher, $1.99. Another missile launcher, $1.99. Complete with that's a auction, never mind. Here's one with missing everything but helmet and missile launcher, $18.99. Incomplete. Here we go. Bare bones, $25. I think not. And that is no. Now it's the end. So there you go, guys. There's Mace in his entirety in the review. Very good looking figure. I really like this guy. Fun School Ronnie made a comment that he's never seen this one before, so I'll dedicate this one to you, Ronnie. Good looking figure. I love the subdued colors. Love the little splashes of yellow to kind of break it up. Yeah, he's a 90s figure. He comes with a boatload of accessories to give you an option for battle scenarios, but sometimes I think they really overdo it with accessories. The rocket launcher on the helmet, although cool, very impractical in real life if you want to look at it from that perspective. But all in all, a good, solid, clean looking figure, not too garish for the 90s. I like the bright colors from the 90s, but this guy, I'm going to put him in the top 10 with 90s figures, maybe even the top 5. Haven't gone through all the 90s yet, but we will eventually. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your subscriptions. I greatly appreciate you guys. For those of you who subscribe to me, I've subscribed back. If you're
profile is made public. If it's not, I can't subscribe back to your channel. I'm sorry. Um, so there you go, guys. I also want to mention something's going on with eBay or YouTube. I don't know if people are writing a comment and then deleting it later, but it shows up in my mailbox. And then when I go to click on it, it disappears. So if I haven't responded to some of your messages, that is why they're just disappearing when I click on them. I'm sorry. I want to get back with you. Chris, you've been asking me questions about that project you're working on with Budo and everything. A lot of your comments are disappearing, buddy. I am sorry. I want to get back with you. Yes, I like your ideas. You are onto something. Like I said, I would like to see that published as fan fiction. That Chris Barrett is just a very creative guy when it comes to Budo. He loves the Asian culture. He loves uh, the samurai. But anyway, I talked a little bit more about him when I reviewed Budo. But anyway, Chris, I'm sorry, man. Your comments are just disappearing. Yes, everything you left I read in the mailbox, but tried to respond. So yes, 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 I do like how the direction you are going. So anyway, guys, take care. Stay safe out there. We're getting more COVID cases at work, so been a little bit busy. Just a little slower to respond to your comments. But you guys, if you haven't gotten your vaccines, please talk to your doctor about it. Please talk to your family about getting vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, please wear your mask. Um, you're doing yourself a favor, but you're also helping the public. Because if you catch it, you really don't know that you have it for however long the incubation period is. I think it's up to 10 days, depending on how strong your immune system is. And you could be spreading it to a lot of other folks that aren't wearing a mask. Um, so please wear a mask out there, guys. Remember the triple S, safety, sanitize, 6 feet. Your first line of defense is your skin. Wash your hands. I mean, seriously, when you get home from someplace, wash them. Wash before you eat. Um, 20 seconds, soap and water with soap under warm water. Scrub your hands together between your fingers, go under your fingernails, the backs of your hands, 20 seconds. Sing the happy birthday song 3 times, I think it is. And dry and rinse your hands, fingers down. That way the soap comes off your hands and it rinses off your fingertips as well. If you're in a public place, a lot of them are using automatic faucets, but use a paper towel, dry your hand off with that, shut off the faucet, throw the paper towel away, get another one to open the door, or use that same paper towel to open the door. A lot of trash baskets. Anyway, I'm wasting your time with that, but if you can't open the door, use your shirt tail or push it with your back if the door swings out. I want you guys to be safe. I want to see you for a very long time out there. Having survived COVID myself, I know it is absolutely terrible. I had a very mild case of it, but I felt like I got beat up. Yes, the vaccine has its effects where you're sore, you may feel sick. That is okay. All right, I want to emphasize that. That is okay, those feelings. That is okay, the symptoms. That is your body reacting. That is what it's supposed to do. The second time around, for some people, you'll experience more symptoms, maybe fatigue. I know your arm will be sore. Mine was ibuprofen, Tylenol. Took care of that. Ice pack over the area also worked. Um, so yeah, it does not make you sick. You do not get sick from it. You feel sick. That's why people misinterpret it and say, I got sick from it. No, you don't. You don't get sick from it. So that's your body's natural reaction. So anyway, you guys take care. Stay safe out there. Remember, be kind to everyone, especially be kind to animals, especially Scooby. You guys take care. We'll see you next week for another G.I. Joe toy review. and it will be Colonel Courage. I seldom give those away, but yeah, Colonel Courage is coming up. So there you go, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye. Joe Motion Videos 82 signing off for now.